everybody? It's your boy Tav back again with another episode of Byte-Sized Balance. Okay, this is the weekly show where I go over the latest tech news, the latest and greatest in tech, AI, security breaches, anything that I can find on the internet that I feel like is worthy of me reacting to. I got my water. Shout out to Monster Energy. Okay, got my Monster Energy drink. All right, so we're gonna dive right into this. Got a couple more articles I want to go over, a couple more articles I want to comment on. Okay, make sure y'all hit that Cash App. All right, support your boy. All right, the more y'all support me, you know what I'm saying, is the more information and the more content that I can bring y'all. Okay, I've been a pro in IT going on a long time now. So make sure y'all check out my other labs. Make sure y'all follow me at Byte-Sized Balance on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay, my personal Instagram is tav.__. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. All right, I ain't gonna waste too much time today. It's already late. It's East Coast time here. It's already what? After midnight. I'm based out of North Carolina, so the time actually went back today an hour. So it's really 1 something, but you know the clock say 12 something. Well, it's really 12 something, but you get what I'm saying. The clock went back an hour last night. It is Monday, November the 3rd. Well, Monday morning, early morning, because it's 12 o'clock at night. So today was kind of Sunday, but it's Monday now. Y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah, group, yeah, cyber heads. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Okay. So the first article right here. So everybody is familiar with this website, okay? Craigslist. He created the ugliest website on the internet. I'm sure we can all agree that Craigslist is pretty ugly. It's pretty basic, okay? Craigslist is not your most pretty website. All right, let's go to Craigslist real quick. Look at Craigslist, bro. Like, Craigslist ain't changed since we knew what it was. It's been the same thing since I can remember. Since I've been using the internet, and people use it to buy stuff and sell services. But this is the guy who made it right here, Craig Newmark. All right. He built what critics called the ugliest website on the internet, yet its simplicity turned into a billion-dollar empire that proved usability can beat design every time. Okay? Look at this guy here. Craig. Craig the man. I didn't know Craig was an actual person. I thought it was just a name that he was using for the actual website, but to know his name is really Craig, now it really makes sense. He looked like a Craig. Okay? It says the ugliest website on the internet makes $700 million a year off Craigslist. That's crazy, right? You used to could, if I ain't mistaken, y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not. You used to could post stuff on Craigslist for free. Now it's like a little fee when you do it. Because Craigslist is competing with Facebook Marketplace now. And I know Facebook Marketplace charges you like a premium depending on how long you want to keep your stuff up there, or you know, gives you extra perks if you purchase or spend money with Meta, aka Facebook, to post your listings and sell whatever you have out there on the internet to the masses. Okay? But this guy, Craigslist was around even before that, before Facebook Marketplace. It said no design, no feature, still stuck in 1998 when it was released. Okay? Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree that Craigslist is the ugliest website on the internet? I would think it probably is when it comes to actual design and what it looks like. Okay? People start asking, can we post jobs? Can we post stuff for sale? Can we post gigs? Look at Craig. Craig in there posted up, okay, collected $700 million a year off something that he made in 1998 and ain't even thought but once to change that mess. Okay? Be more like Craig. All right? Craig the man. Craig said, sure, adds it all, and made 700 M's a year off of Craigslist. It said he puts the list on a website, calls it Craigslist, ugly, clunky, no logo branding, just raw utility. They ain't got no logo or nothing. That's Craigslist in regular font. If it don't get no more simple than that, then I don't know. They said Craig said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Shout out to Craig. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is the website that I made and it's been working for me. Apparently, it's making him 700 M's a year, so he don't need to change it. There's no need to change it. Okay? This cat right here, man, he spends $0 in marketing. Because we all know about it. Why do we all know about Craigslist? Like, what is it about Craigslist? Because it was, like I said, it was the Facebook Marketplace before Facebook Marketplace. And this cat here, Craig, was so genius when he made this. Probably wasn't even think that it was going to blow up to what it is today. They got 60 employees. He ain't paying nobody. He could pay all them $100K a year, and that's only $600K. He made 700 M's. Joker pocket in bread. Look at him. That's why he's so happy. I would be happy too if I was pulling in 700 M's a year. One of the leanest empires on the web. He had an offer for $11 billion to sell it. And no, Craig said, no, I ain't even gonna sell it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it how it is. He got enough bread, he said. Craig said he got enough money. Look at Craig, man. He said no to $11 billion. They tried to buy Craigslist from him. Because whoever would have bought it, they would have probably tried to throw some fancy twist on it. You know, they would have tried to increase the UI, none of that. Craig said, we ain't got to do none of that. It is a lot of scammers on Craigslist, though. Be careful. Okay? Because a lot of people done got scammed on Craigslist. Not saying there ain't a lot of scammers on Facebook Marketplace as well, but it's really the same type of platform. Okay? I do notice on Facebook Marketplace, it's particular items that you can't sell, if I'm not mistaken. I think on Craigslist you can sell pretty much anything. Okay? He had enough. He never scaled aggressively, never redesigned, never chased trends. Craigslist just stayed ugly and still became a cultural fixture. Today, Craig lives quietly, donates millions to philanthropy. No crypto schemes, no hustle speeches, just a man who built something legendary and walked away. Your boy Craig. Look at him. We share interesting content you won't ever find again. Shout out to my source. This is technology. But yeah, bro. Like, comment down in the comments if you're familiar with Craigslist. Comment down in the comments. Put it down in the comments if y'all ever sold something on Craigslist or ever bought something on Craigslist. Because I know I have. Like, even when I'm, like, just selling a car or something, I always list it on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Because Facebook Marketplace wasn't always a thing. It used to be all we had was Craigslist. So, I agree. The ugliest website, and this cat Craig is bringing in 700 M's. Okay? I mean, yo. This guy's next level. So, shout out to bruh. We all aspire to be like Craig. Okay? That boy happy, boy. I would be too. But yeah, I definitely wanted to touch on that because it seems like people I don't think the younger generation know about Craigslist. I think all they know is Facebook Marketplace. But if you know about Craigslist, I know millennials. I was born in 1994. I'm 31. So anybody I know my age and older definitely know about Craigslist. And even to this day, Craigslist is still probably the top online local selling platform if you want to sell something locally. Okay? Shout out to bruh. Next. All right. What's next? What we got next on the list? What we got next on the list here, techies? Let me get a little swig of water. It's been a crazy week, man. You know, always got stuff going on. Tech never sleeps. It's always something in technology going on that you can always comment on, which is the real reason why I built this platform, because it's like, it's impossible for me to run out of content because technology evolves and brings up something new out every day. So I'll always have something to talk about, right or wrong. Okay. And y'all know I like talking about AI. Y'all know I like talking about robots. So check this out. China's humanoid robot pulls 3,086-pound car and stunning display of power. Look at this little skinny robot pulling this car right here, guys. What is going on? And it's a dude sitting inside it. How much does this robot look like it weigh? Honestly, that's a short robot. It's not even really tall. It's probably what? 4 feet at the max? And this thing is strong. What else can it pull? It said, witness a breakthrough moment in robotics when a 77-pound, this thing is 77 pounds, humanoid robot from Unitree pulled a 3,086-pound car, showcasing extraordinary strength and precision. People who push cars, you're not safe. I don't know if that's a job, but you get what I'm saying. You know that's my line. You're not safe. So if you ever profited from pulling cars in some way, how far can it pull it? It might, tow truck drivers, you might be out of a job. No cap. If you just got one of them, you know how you just stranded on the side of the road one day and you gotta, how some people just run out of gas and gotta push their car to the closest gas station or push it somewhere? If you got this thing in the car, you ain't gotta do none of that. You can just, hey, whatever the robot name is, look, humanoid robot, I need you to pull my car up the street about a little bit under a mile to this gas station right here because I don't feel like doing it. And you got this in the car with you, that thing will pull your car. Amazing. Okay? Developed in collaboration with the Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence, the Unitree G1, that's what it's called, achieved this feat using high torque actuators, advanced balance algorithms, and a crouch stance for optimal traction. The test highlighted its ability to manage real-world resistance, proving China's rapid progress in humanoid robot design and control systems. Drop down in the comment if y'all would get one of these. That's tough. And I think I've seen this robot doing some other stuff before. Wait, dancing? What can't it do? That's tough. Hey, you need your car pulled, get you a humanoid robot. You need your car pulled, get you a humanoid robot, people. All right. So this one right here is extremely interesting. So tech workers, and I work in tech, you already know we not safe. So another field of people who are not safe at the moment. So Shield AI unveils X-Bot, the world's first AI-powered fighter jet with vertical takeoff and landing. An AI-powered fighter jet. You ain't even got to go to war no more. U.S. military fighter pilots? Fighter jet pilots? They're trying to get y'all. Look at this mess. Shield AI unveils X-Bot, the world's first AI-powered fighter jet with vertical takeoff and landing. It said can launch without runways, making ideal for ships, small islands, and remote bases. It's controlled by Shield AI's Hive Mind software. It can fly, navigate, and coordinate missions without human input, even when GPS or communications are jammed. It can travel 2,000 miles, travel at 50,000 feet. Got missiles in it. Unmanned. I mean, it's basically a drone. We already got drones, though. We do already have drones, but this is actually a fighter jet. Okay? You know, we got unmanned drones that... But using the drone, I don't think they're AI powered. People are controlling those drones from somewhere. This thing is completely AI. No human is interacting with it for it to fly. And it's kind of weird because... I wonder how EMP would affect this. Maybe it need to be something that the government's trying to implement inside of warfare is EMPs, and if it'll affect this type of technology, unless they got jammers on it or something like that, they can block that EMP from disrupting the technology on side a fighter jet like this. But very cool stuff, guys. You know the United States will be the first one to get it. They probably already got some in the cut. Tough. Well, it'll be less human lives dying in warfare if we was to implement some stuff like this. And I'm pretty sure it's coming very soon. The first test flights are set for 2026. With full operations expected by 2028, Shield AI believes its XBAC marks a turning point in distributed air power, where autonomous jets operate as flexible, intelligent fleets alongside manned aircraft, redefining air combat and military strategy. Wow. These things are tough, man. Yeah, so XBAT. It kind of looked like a bat. That's probably why they called it that. Tough though. AI powered fighter jet. It's only 2025, bro. This stuff is just starting. By 2030, that's all it's gonna be. Watch. Let's see what we got next up. Okay. What we got next? So this is tough. First manned drone race marks the beginning of motorsports in the sky. Okay. We finally got flying vehicles that the average everyday person can drive. All right. The price on them is steep though. All right. They said they nearly price increased November 3rd from 128K to 148K. That's less than a house. Well, I got my house back in 2020. Well, I got my house back in 2020, yeah, for 174, well, 180. Shout out to the equity though. It's worth way more than that though now, but at the same time, these things are tough. The first manned drone race marks the beginning of motorsports in the sky. All right, for the first time ever, 4 jets in one aircraft flew in synchronized formation, followed by a high-speed pylon race that pushed the limits of electric personal aviation. Now, if they was going to distribute these to the masses, do you need some type of special license to ride in these? Would you need some type of, like, what is going to be the government regulations when it comes to owning something like this and the travel regulations on exactly what you need to use this to travel somewhere. Is it gonna have license plates on it? Like, I actually looked at a video from the page. Let's watch this. That jump mad loud though. But it sounds like what you could imagine something like that would sound like. He in there chilling. Look at him. And they racing him. How fast is it? The question is, how safe is it? These are the three questions. How safe is it? How fast is it? And how long can you ride in it without having to either recharge it or put fuel on it? I mean. Those are my three main questions. It's really just like a little mini helicopter. That's what I feel like it is. Cause what if one of the propellers break? USOL there, huh?
We have 4 aircraft.
Weaving in and out of cones. This top of the line technology right here. There is waxing though. There is waxing on the price. 128K to 148K. That's a senior engineer yearly salary right there. So, and it do look kind of cheaply made. It's just a big drone that you can fly in and control pretty much. Drop in the comments if you would get one of these. Would you get one of these if they became readily available and they dropped the price on it some? Could you see yourself riding in one? And what happened when it crashed? Or if you run out of gas mid-flight or something? Is it just gonna descend by itself, or is it? I don't know. I don't know how safe this stuff is. Yeah, he got a seatbelt on, but especially if you're in inclement weather, you already know helicopters be crashing anyway. Helicopters are way less safe than an actual plane is, and that's what this looked like, a mini helicopter plane drone type thing that you can ride around in. They already selling them. I'm telling y'all, we also Anakin Skywalker, Star Wars, you know the race when Anakin Skywalker and them racing around? Yeah. That's what it's gonna turn into. It's going to be a complete whole sport where all they do is fly these around. It's going to take over NASCAR and all that. NASCAR drivers. It's like, but still, y'all get what I'm saying, though. You get exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, this thing's nice. Somebody said one word, helicopters. I like reading the comments that's on. That's to see how people feel about stuff. It's small though. It's gonna look compact. You can't be a big cat in one. It probably got a weight limit. Cause this dude right here look kind of small in stature. What is it called? It is called a I don't know what they're calling it. The creator of it is Jetson Arrow. Well, they've been out for a little minute now, but they just released them to put them on sale. Could y'all see yourself getting one of these and operating? Leave down in the comments. Yeah. So that's enough of that. Let's move on to the next video. So Nike, man. Nike been working on these shoes, right? And the shoes interact with your brain signals and sends data to the shoes and I'll guess how to make you exercise more efficiently and more better. Okay, Nike has introduced its new Mind shoes designed to stimulate the brain while you run, using tiny pressure spheres on the soles to activate key foot points and enhance focus. What is it, hacking your brain? The series includes two models, Mind 001 slip-ons and Mind 002 sneakers, built from years of neuroscience research at the Nike Sports Research Lab. Each pair uses 22 responsive foam nodes that mimic natural ground feedback, boosting the mind-body connection and improving sensory awareness during motion. Set to launch in January 2026 for $95 and $145. I might get some of these. They're not even really that expensive.
Nike's the first company to create a team like the Mind Science department. This is a really hardcore set of neuroscientists and perception and psychology researchers.
Nike Mind is a new sensory footwear concept that helps reawaken the foot, the body, and the mind.
And so when we designed these nodes, we were very intentional about making sure they were able to translate the information. You can't test something like this on a robot. It's always the athlete that's going to give you the feedback. Everything we do has to work for athletes.
We used everything. We used underfoot plantar pressure sensors. We used electromyography of the lower limbs. We did human EEG. We looked at their brains before, during, and after, and we saw differences in the brain activation and the oscillation patterns of the brain that were due to the sensory system wearing this shoe. Nike's the first company to create a team like the Mind Science department.
They look pretty cool on the bottom though, but I don't know how comfortable they would be walking on it. I'll probably get the slides if I'm gonna get some. Get the slides first. And what is it sending it to? An app on your phone or what? The slide's tough though. How many colorways they got on? Let's see if they
Nike's the first company to...
They already got them on Nike? Let's see if Nike already selling them. Might get some and review them. Uh-oh. Alright, they're coming out in January. I'm gonna get some of these. Leave down in the comments y'all want me to get some and review them when they come out in January. Oh, you can pre-order them? They only got one colorway. Then the women's one, there's the man one. Oh, they got the sneakers and the slides for both. Coming soon. I want to say, how is it like? What is it? How is it enhancing your experience though? That's what I'm confused about. Stay more present in the moment. I guess it adjusts to the way your foot is stepping in to make it more comfortable, I'm guessing. Interesting technology, though. They actually kind of tough. You know, anything that's Nike, people gonna say it's tough anyway. So, shout out to them. Shout out to Nike for making these. Another innovation in technology. All right, let's see what else we got here. Techies. So, there's some stuff that was going on in Canada. All right. Canada says hacktivists breach water and energy facilities. So they're going after industrial control systems in Canada. What an ICS is an industrial control system. So all the resources that run your water, that run your lights, that run your water, electricity, okay, heating and air, anything that distributes community-wide resources is ran by some type of computer. Usually it's like a basic input-output Linux type of system. It's rarely a Windows type of system. But hacktivists in Canada have breached a lot of these and are affecting the supplies of resources to Canadians. Okay? And Bleeping Computer did an article on it. All right? So the Canadian Center for Cybersecurity warned today that hacktivists have breached critical infrastructure systems multiple times across the country, allowing them to modify industrial controls that could have led to dangerous conditions. These authorities issued the warning to raise awareness of the elevated malicious activity targeting internet-exposed industrial control systems. That's what I'm talking about, ICS. And the need to adopt stronger security measures to block the attacks. Now, ICS security is really a really niche lane in cybersecurity if y'all trying to get into that really a lot of people ain't really touching on. And if you learn how to secure these systems, you can really get a big bag. Like, seriously. Let me see what an industrial control system expert engineer salary is running. The average, that's what I'm saying. It's a bag in that stuff. Because it's like really like weird systems that you're securing. The average salary of an industrial control system security engineer is around $133,000. But this can vary significantly with typical salaries ranging from $111 to $150. Top owners can make up to $172. While those with more experience in this or in specialized work can earn even more. And this is a lane that's wide open. People not thinking about securing industrial control systems. These are the systems that run our water. These are the systems that run our, like I said, water and electricity mainly. Go to the water plant at your local, in your community, and see what type of computers that they're controlling. And if you can think of some controls to help keep that stuff secure, you in the game, because Canada is getting smacked crazy with this stuff. One incident affected a water facility tampering with water pressure valves and resulting in degraded service for its community. Another involved a Canadian oil and gas company where an automated tank gauge was manipulated, triggering false alarms. Woo! The threat actors, they're gonna make sure they messing with something. A third one involved a grain drying silo on a Canadian farm where temperature and humidity levels were manipulated, resulting in potential unsafe conditions if not caught on time. A grain drying silo. What is even that? Like, I guess it's some type of facility where they dry grains at. That's got to be what it is. It said the U.S. government has repeatedly confirmed that foreign hacktivists have attempted to manipulate industrial system settings. Earlier this morning, a Russian group called 2Net was caught in the act against a decoy plant. So they're setting up decoy plants to try to get them to bite on them. Although none of the recently targeted entities in Canada suffered catastrophic consequences, the attacks highlighted the risk of poorly protected ICS components such as PLCs, SCADA systems, HMIs, and industrial IoTs. Internet of Things. In response to the elevated hacktivist activity, the Canadian authorities suggest the following measures. All right, they're making recommendations on how this can't happen, on what they think they should do to stop this stuff from happening like that in the future, because that could really affect a lot of people. If they cut the water off, what can you do? I mean, you can't take a shower and all of that, but you can find a way to get some water. But at the same time, that's just inconveniencing everybody. Especially they tap that electricity. They tap that electricity. A lot of y'all SOL. So yeah, Canada getting smacked crazy with them. These type of attacks right now. And that's when CISA, all right, orders feds to patch VMware tools files exploited by Chinese hackers. Now I know a lot of big orgs use VMware, vSphere, VMware, VMs. Okay. VMware host that host a lot of VMs that they have a lot of critical data running through and critical services connected to these type of machines. And all of them receive their updates and all of that through VMware tools. I actually did in one of my previous roles, did a very large patch of VMware tools. That's a whole nother story. But at the same time, it's like, yo, it's a critical flaw in one of the main tools that a lot of these big companies use. And Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which is a government-ran agency, is putting out a warning about it. The Chinese hackers, they broke it. On Thursday, CISA warns U.S. government agencies to secure their systems against attacks, exploiting a high-severity vulnerability in Broadcom's VMware area operations and VMware tool software. Tough. Tracked at CVE 2025-41244 and patched 1 month ago, this vulnerability allows local attackers with non-administrative privileges to a virtual machine with VMware tools and managed by area operations with SDMP enabled to escalate privileges to root of the same VM. Woo! I mean, they got root access, admin privileges on your VMs. That's tough. Okay, how are they breaking into this? Let's see what exactly they're doing. There's a vulnerability inside of it. It say Broadcom has flagged CVE 2025-41244 as being exploited in the wild today, 1 month after Maxime Thibault of European cybersecurity company NVISO reported that the UNC 5174 Chinese state-sponsored threat actor had been abusing it in attacks since mid-October 2024. At the time, Thibault also released proof of concept code demonstrating how CVE 2025-41244 can be exploited to escalate privileges on systems running vulnerable VMware ARIA operations and VMware tools in credentialless mode, ultimately allowing attackers to gain root level code execution on the VM. That's a very big vulnerability that if your company is using VMware tools and y'all haven't talked about this yet, make sure y'all bringing this up to people, because it can cause a lot of stuff to go left. Especially if CISA already know about it, then I'm pretty sure that VMware and them already patched it. But if y'all ain't patched it, y'all need to get on that. That's crazy. The Chinese threat actors, they be on it. The Chinese threat actors and the Russian threat actors, they definitely be going over Western infrastructure when it comes to Canadians and it comes to Canadians from the last one. Those was the Russian-based threat actors, and this one right here, they talking about Chinese-based threat actors. So that's what they coming on. Them the U.S. ops for real. Not even gonna cap. In other news, we're gonna keep it rolling. Got about 2 or 3 more things to show y'all. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, man. I work hard to put this content out. You know, I drop clips all week. That's my formula. Record long form, clip it all week. Rinse, repeat. I know I've been saying I'm gonna bring y'all some more labs. I'm bringing y'all some more labs, bro. I promise. Okay. Ginger ale. Diet ginger ale. The Food Line brand. Because you know I don't like a lot of sugar. Gotta stay at a caloric deficit. Okay. Shout out to the health people out there. Y'all want to see some health comment? Let me know. I'm bringing on some more professionals too. I got a lawyer that's coming on. I got a guy I help get into tech. He coming on to holler at y'all. So, as well as more labs and all that. But yeah, let's continue. Y'all got any questions for me? Like I said, man, if y'all seeing some content that y'all think I need to comment on and y'all would want me to comment on, it's really open season right now on that. Go ahead and let me know. Like I said, if it's on Instagram, tag me in it. If it's on YouTube, tag me in it. If it's on something, tag me in it. The homeboy's already doing it. So that's just a message to y'all, whoever watching this video. Next up. So look at this. So did y'all know that y'all smart TVs, when they're off, they're not really off, and they could potentially be communicating with bad sites and threats while you think that that TV is off, it's not really off. Okay? Listen to this cat right here.
Something absolutely wild on my home network this week. My smart TV was connected to the internet while it was off. But the crazy thing was, it wasn't just checking for updates. It was reaching out to malicious sites, and even some sites that were categorized as adult-oriented.
So your TV is getting in contact with spooky sites. Okay, I know Halloween just passed, but your smart TV that you're not even using is contacting spooky sites while it's off and using data while you're not using it if you don't have it configured and you don't have the settings right on it. As soon as I saw this video, I updated mine and went into mine and changed the settings on it. That's crazy. What else is it doing? All right, now listen to this cat.
All while the TV looked completely powered down. So I did some research, and it turns out when you hit the power button, your TV doesn't actually turn off. It goes into standby. In standby, it's still online, still using power, and still sending and receiving data. It checks for...
I bet half of y'all watching this right now, TV is in standby mode. It ain't even off. And y'all kids done probably downloaded games and all type of stuff up there. Ain't no telling what y'all TV talking to. Y'all electric bill probably, internet bill probably high. Y'all don't even know why. Why is my electric bill this high? Because your TV, when you think it's off, is not off.
Like Netflix and YouTube, and keeps connections alive for those free apps and games you download. But those free apps is where things get sketchy. I let my kids install a few games, and even with the TV off, those apps were constantly connecting to ad servers. And apparently, those ad servers also serve both malicious and adult websites. My smart TV was literally using up to 500 megabytes a day in standby.
Up to 500 megabytes a day in standby mode. Just using up bandwidth, don't even know what's going on. Nobody knows. And this is a guy who's technically inclined. He's telling you this. So let's think of your average everyday, because pretty much every TV is a smart TV now. I don't even think you could buy a TV that's not a smart TV now. Majority of TVs now, ever since about what? About 2020, 2019, every TV that you can literally buy is either a Roku TV or some type of smart TV now. So pretty sure if you got automatic updates, and especially if your kids are downloading some games on it, you change the settings according to what this guy is saying right here. Let's continue.
And by mode. That's up to 15 gigs a month of just unwanted traffic. Multiply that by a few TVs, and that's a ton of wasted bandwidth on devices that I'm not even using. And if you've got a slower connection, that background chatter can cause real performance issues. So here's what I did and what you should do too. Go into your TV settings and turn off automatic updates or background refresh.
Yeah, turn that mess
Disable
off.
anything called viewing data, smart interactivity, or ACR. And uninstall any apps you don't use, especially those free ones that show ads. So now you know your TV isn't really off, it's just pretending. And it's been quietly using your internet this entire time to...
Yeah. Your smart TV is connecting to adult websites without you knowing, and you think that it's off. Check on your smart TV and get these settings changed. Because if I didn't tell you this, probably you wouldn't know. My boy right here, they got 2,400 likes on it. But a lot of y'all still ain't seen it. So I'm echoing what he's saying, because after I found it out, I got kind of shook. Technology, man, is going in some directions that everybody don't even think. This is something that you wouldn't even think about. I got smart TVs I don't even use. I got a big smart TV in the living room, barely turn that on. I probably turn that thing on probably once every couple months. The one in my room I don't even use. It's one back there in the corner, that's a smart TV. Don't even use that one. Like, yeah, you could just say you could unplug it, but you gotta plug it back in every time you want to use it. Most of the time when I game, it's on the computer. I'm a PC gamer. I mean, I got a P5 hooked up in my room, but I barely play it. Because a P5 and the Xbox, I don't care what y'all say, is really just a computer. I'll give it probably a couple years, and I'll say in the next 5 to 10 years, console gaming is going to be obsolete, and everything is obsolete. I mean, everything is just going to be done through PC gaming, because that's all it is. It's just all the Xbox and the P5 is just a computer with a mask on. That's what they are. And if you don't realize that, then if you lower to a system, especially now all the games is crossplay, there's really no reason for you to have a console where you can hook the controller up and everything up to the computer. But that's up to y'all. So lastly but not least, we got some insider threat going on. So insider threat activity. I need to get me a soundboard, so when I say certain stuff, I can hit the soundboard and it play like a little spooky sound or something. So an insider threat in Chicago. So some cats that was working at a cybersecurity firm in Chicago were exploiting their customers and sending ransomware on their customer systems without the company knowing, and the FBI caught on to it and locked them down. So Chicago firm that resolves ransomware attacks had rude workers carrying out their own hacks, FBI says. So they probably get you online to do a demo. While they're doing the demo, they probably upload some backdoor malicious content to your device. Then they put ransomware on your computer without you even knowing, then demand the ransom. It said rogue employees of a Chicago company that specializes in negotiating ransoms to mitigate cyber attacks were carrying out their own piracy in a plot to extort millions of dollars from a series of companies, prosecutors say. Kevin Tyler Martin, a ransomware threat negotiator for River North-based Digital Mint at the time of the alleged conspiracy, was among 2 men indicted in the scheme. A suspected accomplice who wasn't indicted, was also employed at Digital Mint Court Records show. All right. According to an affidavit filed in September by an FBI agent, the three men began using malicious software in May 2023 to conduct ransomware attacks against victims. First hitting a medical company in Florida by locking its servers and demanding $10 million to unlock the system, court workers say. The FBI agent noted the men ultimately made off with $1.2 million, although it is apparently the only successful attack. $1.2 million they walked off with. They get in and lock your servers and you think it's somebody trust. See, that's why it's like you don't even know who to trust now. You hire a company to try to give you some game on some of the stuff you got going on in that company on some BS. Yeah, these dudes was doing it under the table when they said that they fired. The company said that they fired them, but did the company really know about it or did they not? Probably made them sign the NDA and they was really behind it. I don't know. Not saying that they were, but at the same time, it's just kind of sketchy that they didn't know what was going on, the actual company. It said also indicted was Ryan Clifford Goldberg, an incident response manager for the multinational company Seniga Cybersecurity. Syngenia, I don't even know how you say that, cybersecurity services. Signia said it is not the target of this investigation. However, we continue to work closely with law enforcement. So ransomware is pretty much they break into your system and lock everything down and say, hey, look, if you want all your data back and you want all this stuff back, then you pretty much got to pay us this amount of bread. If not, we're going to release it on the dark web. And this happens a lot. It's been happening a lot lately. Most companies got cybersecurity insurance where they're just getting people affected credit monitoring for a year and give you $10 in a lawsuit if they find out that your data is breached, which is nothing. Most of them just go that right, but get your systems back online, you might be SOL. Some companies say, hey, we need this stuff, and they just end up paying the bread. So that's the thing. You get one that pay the bread. Yeah, they was going after $10 million, but they got 1.5. Shoot, 1.5 M's. Most people don't got that. So they came up. You know, Goldberg said the 1.2 million the medical company paid in cryptocurrency was routed through a mixing service and then through multiple cryptocurrency wallets in an effort to hide the digital cash. Goldberg told the FBI he engaged in this scheme to get out of debt and feared he was going to federal prison for the rest of his life. He said Martin told him the FBI had raided the home of co-conspirator one. So the FBI, they was already on it, co-conspirator. But the thing is, most of the time this stuff happens, it happens from a nation state, somebody that the FBI ain't even got authority over. Luckily, they was able to get these cats because they was in the United States. But most of the time this stuff like this happens, it's somebody in Russia and somebody in China. And the FBI can't do nothing if them people are over there. So they crack down on the local people. But them nation state threat actors or people in other countries, Africa and all of that, they can't do nothing about that. They're out of their jurisdiction. While somebody who was accused and admitted to an FBI agent be let go but later indicted, 10 days after his interview with the FBI on June 27, Goldberg and his wife flew from Atlanta to Paris in a one-way flight. He was trying to get up out of there. That boy trying to get up out of there. That boy said 10 days after his interview with the FBI, they probably ain't count him as a flight risk. Him and his wife flew to Atlanta and then to Paris on a one-way flight. I said, we got to get up out of here. But at the time, officials believed that Goldberg and his wife were still in Europe. Martin and Goldberg were indicted on October 2nd on charges of conspiracy to interfere with interstate commerce by extortion, interference with interstate commerce, and intentional damage to a protected computer. Records show Goldberg had been taken into custody and was held pending trial, and Martin was freed in lieu of $400K bond. The lawyers didn't respond to question, and Martin declined to comment. So you got to be careful, man, when y'all dealing with these third-party cybersecurity firms, because ain't no telling what these cats is out to. Not saying everybody's doing that, but that's just crazy. There's somebody right here in the home soil is executed some stuff like that, and it was going on since 2023. So that was a long time they was doing it. So, yeah, people. People is crazy out here. Make sure y'all keep y'all system safe if y'all out there, y'all cyber professionals. Make sure y'all learn some skills that's going to keep y'all employed with this AI integrated in everything and robotics integrated in everything. Okay. Make sure y'all stay in the gym. Make sure y'all stay healthy. Make sure y'all learning every day. Learn something every day. Even if it's just for 10 minutes. Who am I? You know, I'm just a dude that comment on text stuff. So, book me for a consult. If you're having trouble landing interviews, if you need your resume revamped in tech and you're not landing on interviews, holler at your boy, man. I'm gonna get you in front of somebody. I can't guarantee you're gonna get no job, but I can guarantee you're gonna get some interviews. I can guarantee that. But you gotta have some type of skills to give me something to work with first. But anyways, that was this week's edition of Byte-Sized Balance. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App down there. Make sure y'all leave in the comments what else y'all want to see. What else y'all want to see me comment on. What y'all want to see me do. I actually got I had a Raspberry Pi that came in this week. So I'm going to build something cool with that. I got a Flipper Zero on the way too. So, you know, we keep it all in the tech family with everything we do. Even the news we share, even the stuff that we do, we're going to keep it tech-based on this channel, no matter what it's talking about, okay? Byte-Sized Balance on YouTube and TikTok. TAVV.__ on Instagram. It's also a Byte-Sized Balance Instagram, too. Y'all can follow that, okay? Shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to everybody that's supporting me. Shout out to everybody that's watching my comments. Shout out to everybody that's, you know, dipping and diving and still get time to watch my comments. To watch my content. It's late, guys. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm making this video. For the culture, for the mission. Still got to get it done, no matter what. So, I'm actually dropping the lab after this. So, hey, that's a little bit about me. Finishing up on my master's right now. I'm on the capstone. All right. Master's in Information Technology Management. I got to finish that this week. Get that submitted. Going to send me my paper. I ain't got to walk. I know what it's like to walk for my bachelor's. They send me that degree. Okay. But anyways, I ain't going to keep holding y'all up. I appreciate everybody watching. It's your boy Tav with Byte-Sized Balance, and we out.